I am Ace Young. You might recognize me from American Idol Season 5. Since then I've done a lot of music-oriented things. I've done 2 major Broadway shows. I did Hair, and I played Burger, the leader of the hippies. And then I also did Grease, and I played Kaniki, because I wanted to be the bad boy. But music is my life. I love to write music. Got a Grammy nomination for writing music. I love music. And if I couldn't hear, then it would be very difficult for me to write the music that I love so much. I remember the first sounds I ever heard were Jackson 5. When I was listening to like ABC, and I'm listening to Ben, it turned on something in me that really inspired me to just enjoy life in a totally different way. It actually opened me up to classical music. It opened me up to Beastie Boys. It opened me up to Led Zeppelin. It opened me up to everything. Because I have 4 older brothers, 2 parents, we all love music. I was around a lot of different sounds when I was growing up. And I think that music is life. It is for me. And when I was invited to be a part of the Starkey Foundation in Vietnam, I went with the Massies. We had a lot of fun out there. And I initially didn't know what I was getting into. I had never seen someone who couldn't hear their entire life and been there for the moment where they get to hear for the very first time. So we had 1,000 kids that came through in those 10 days. And I remember the very first kid that I worked with, I put the first hearing aid on and he couldn't hear. Because there were 3 different volume levels, and there were 3 different powered hearing aids that we were putting on, and I was concerned. So I went to the second level, and he could barely hear, and he was saying so. So we took the last one, put it on, and this child, within a moment, went from being very polite, like this, kind of shut off, just in their own little world, to I flip a switch, and they heard everything for the very first time. And we weren't in a quiet area in Ho Chi Minh. We were in the middle of the city. So they heard planes, they heard cars, they heard 300 kids, they heard music, they heard me talking, all at the same time. And if you can imagine, it's almost like waking up. Our alarm systems are pretty loud, but waking up to the world, it literally turned him on. He was sitting like this, and he went, and he was overwhelmed. Too much noise. And I was there in that moment to say, can you hear me? And instantly looks for the voice, sees me. Can you hear me as I'm talking? And he could see my lips, and he could hear a noise, and he goes like this. And I said, tapped him on the shoulder, can you hear me? He said yes. So I took his hand, put it on my throat, and I went, ah, so he could feel my throat vibrating. And I took his same hand, and I put it against his throat, and he went, ah. And right when he did, a tear started falling from his eye, because for the first time he heard his own voice. And it hit me the same, because you never know. You never know yourself until you know how the world really sees you as well. And this beautiful kid heard himself for the very first time. And from that moment on, I was sold. I was part of the Starkey Foundation family. I'm going to be part of this forever, and to be able to be back here in Vegas and be a part of seeing kids turn on to a new world for the very first time, I'm in. Whatever you guys need. Ace Young, Twitter, I am Ace Young. Hit me. I'm down. I'll be there. Love you guys.